갈래? What up, Street Dogs? Eric Kim. All right, quick turbo thoughts. This one is why I'm so anti-Confucianism. So I think the chain and shackles which hold back most Asians, Korean Americans, etc. is notions of Confucianism. So what is Confucianism? Confucianism is essentially a school of thought founded more or less by the Confucian scholar Mencius, and it was kind of used as a form of social control, and it might have been useful for back in the days of the king, but I think in today's world there's actually not much use and utility. So notions of essentially more or less the wife is subservient to the husband, children are subservient to the parent slash the father, and also in some regards the mom is also subservient to the son. And it's interesting because I learned from Cindy, right? Back in the day, the reason why there was even a notion of the Mandarin exams and stuff like that is just like Confucianism was seen as essentially as like a kind of more of like a scholarly philosophy. And so a lot of these quote Mandarin examinations they're kind of more about just testing to see whether you really knew these precepts and stuff like that. It's kind of more of a form of like memorization and testing rather than any pragmatic purpose. And now the funny thing is all the Korean people believe themselves to be Yangban, which is essentially believes themselves to be Yangban, which is essentially kind of like aristocracy. Okay, 올라가자. Okay. 하늘 저로 갈래? Okay. And the big downside of it is, wow, 뷰 멋있지 하늘이? Yeah. So essentially the big downside of it is with Confucianism, A, it's like super sexist, and B, it kind of is like based on nonsensory in my opinion. 하늘 어디 갈래? 저로 가자. Okay. Essentially it's based on nonsensory, meaning even notions of like filial piety, like children should always be faithful to the parents no matter what, always respecting the elders for no good reason. Essentially it's kind of a school of thought which is not super duper useful in today's world. I think respect is not based on age, and also wisdom and intelligence is also not based on age. There could be old people full of gray hairs who are very foolish. So to simply kowtow and swallow these Confucian, Neo-Confucian ideas, I think is actually quite foolish. And it's funny because like even in notions of Confucianism, Christianity, etc., there's too much notions of the notion of sin. So I personally believe that sin doesn't exist. It's kind of another moral shackles designed to hold us back. And what's more important is for us to question the forms of social control in our everyday lives. Think about the sociology behind these reasons and these schools of thought, and decide to reject it. 그치 말똥. Okay.